Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and as always, this is Custom Made Everything. Now, if you've followed along on the channel, you might have seen a video of this custom. Well, this is a very special custom to me, because not only did I make it, I ordered it. That's right, I'm the client on this custom. This is a custom Funko of my wife. Now, my wife has wanted a custom Funko Pop since almost when I started making them. The problem with that is, we just never knew who we could use to make it for her. You see, it's very important for me when making these customs that when you're done, you look at it and go, oh yeah, that is the person you were making. So there's got to be some character traits. There's definitely got to be an outfit, and there needs to be a matching hairstyle. Those are three of the main things that I need to come up with. So for my wife, she's a teacher. Okay, we can work that into it. And my wife always wears dresses. Now, the problem with Funko is there aren't that many dresses. Sure, you've got the princess line with ball gowns. There's a lot of skirts there, but my wife doesn't wear skirts. It's dresses. It's specific to dresses. So a skirt's not going to work. Then, some of the ones with dresses don't have proper tops. You see, being a teacher, my wife is always professional and usually throws a cardigan over it and covers her arms. So there's another problem. How do I find the dress? Well, there was one figure that would have been perfect, Jessica Day, but she's too expensive to make into a custom. Well, the search had to continue. So I came up with Tahani from The Good Place. She's got a great dress, good flow, except we run into that problem of the top. That top is not the top on a dress that my wife would wear to work. So we keep looking. Tahani's got the good bottom dress, but we need a top. Then I came across Annie Edison from Community. She has the book in her hand, a pen in her hand, her head and her hairstyle match that of my wife's, and the top is a cardigan with a blouse. I can deal with the buttons on the blouse, and I can get rid of the collar. Maybe this would work. So that's what we tried. I ordered the top of Annie, the bottom of Tahani. You saw the video where I hollowed out the top of Annie, and I carved down and thinned out the top of Tahani, so that the bottom dress matches the top of Annie, put them together, voila. So, now we've got the figure looking right, but how do we get that, oh yeah, that's her effect? And that's where we come to this dress. So, this dress is one of my wife's favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's a dress that we have memories of going to weddings and having dates with. So, this was for sure the dress. But that's a pretty complicated dress. There's no way I could get this onto the figure, right? Well, I thought I got to give it a try. So I started out by laying it out nice and flat as I could, and I took some good pictures of it. Then I put those pictures onto the computer and I started working my magic. So let's go check out the video of that. With the picture on the computer, I knew my next step was I had to get rid of all of the white. I didn't want any of the shadowing from the material showing up in the dress. The base color of the dress was going to be white, so I didn't need this white. So using the auto select feature, I highlighted the white and deleted it all. This was definitely a tedious process, but well worth the effort. Now, once I removed all the white background, I was left with just this floral pattern. So as I zoomed in, I could see the dressmaker pattern, and I just traced that to cut out my first decal shape. Anytime you're doing any decaling, your first step is to always test print onto plain white paper. You want to get your sizing right. Rarely do you get it right the first time. Well, with this one, because this space was such a unique shape, I thought maybe I could make a template out of this paper as well. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm pressing the paper down and creating a groove where I can cut out a template. Do a quick test fit, and I'm ready to transfer this template onto the water slide decal. With the decal being cut to size using that template, it makes a smooth transition onto the figure. I just use a wet paintbrush, press the decal right into the grooves, making sure none of the white dress is showing through, and then we'll take a Q-tip, press it down, dry it off, and now the top half of the dress is done. Let's move on to the bottom half. And on this bottom half, the same process was used. Use the test print paper to get sizing and a template made, transfer that to a decal, and apply it to the dress. Now, the dress being curved and the decal being flat, They don't necessarily like to play nicely with each other, but a little bit of work, back and forth, made it go down. I continued my way around the dress, applying triangle shapes, making sure that the seams matched, trying not to have any white poke through. Any white poking through would make a seam obvious, and that's not what we wanted. And here's what it looks like with the top of the dress done, the bottom of the dress having 2 panels on it. I'd continue working my way around the dress until it was complete, making sure all my seams were tight, and then I continued with the painting the rest of the figure. Well, there you have it, everybody. That's how I got this dress onto this Funko. Now the dress was on, it was time to start the paintwork. And this is the cardigan that my wife would wear, so I had to paint the figure with the same cardigan. I think I nailed the color match. One more detail that went into this was the character was originally carrying a textbook, and my wife would carry a laptop. So I sanded down that textbook, smoothed out the corners, rounded over the edges, and painted it silver to match her MacBook. I also added a personal detail. My wife has a sticker on her laptop of "Once a Titan, always a Titan." I'll try to get a shot here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's on there. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you like all the videos I make and you're interested in what's coming up next, make sure you subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.